Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Building You podcast. It has been an incredible couple weeks and I haven't talked to you in a bit, but I can't wait to dive into it all. My name is Aza. This is the Building You podcast. I'm so happy you're here. If you are here for the first time, we talk about all the things that help you build you. This is my little baby and I like it here. And I hope you do too. If you are coming back, welcome back. So happy to have you revisit. It's going to be a good day today. I'm feeling fired up and ready to go. Today we are talking about signs that you are moving too fast. And this is something that I have been uncovering for myself in the last couple weeks. It's, like I said, it's been a crazy month. I'm going to dive into it all so you can see where I'm coming from and see where I notice these signs in my own life. And maybe you'll notice these signs in yours too. And we can take an initiative to slow down together and soak it all in. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, this is episode 12. We are a week behind schedule, but that's okay because guess what? I make my own schedule. And I could be sitting here being super butthurt that I let myself fall behind schedule, but it was all for good reason. Honestly, the last month has been so amazing and life-changing and just revolutionary in my own storyline over here, and I would be a fool if I let falling behind schedule cloud how brilliant things have been. So it is now June 8th. I'm recording this on June 8th. It is a Sunday. It is so hot outside. I got my first sunburn yesterday. So it is almost summertime. I would say it is summertime and we are over halfway through the year, and my oh my, it has been a year and you guys have spent a lot of this year with me. We started this podcast in February, mid-February. So yeah, we've seen a couple seasons go together and we're heading into a new one, and I'm really, really excited for this one because I'm also entering into a new season of my life. A couple weeks ago, I went to Bowen Island with my partner and we had a beautiful time. It was the first kind of vacation / little getaway that I've been on in a long time that didn't revolve around visiting people or going for work. And so it felt nice to just kind of be somewhere and not really have many plans other than the things that he had planned. He ended up proposing. Yippee, your girl's a fiance. It feels so weird to talk about because I still can't believe it myself. But yes, I do have a ring on this finger now. That brings a lot of new things to the table, right? Because now I have some deadlines. I have some things that I want to plan in the near future, i.e. a wedding. And And I think, as beautiful as that was and as beautiful as it is, I let it stress me out. And that kind of begins where my inspiration for this episode is. I was frolicking around Bowen Island, which if you're not from Vancouver or the Lower Mainland, Bowen Island is a tiny little island that's like a 15-minute ferry ride away from West Vancouver. So it was super close. It was so beautiful. I didn't know where we were going until we got there. My fiance had it all planned out. It was amazing because I am always a planner, and it was nice to just sit back and let him take the wheels. He did an amazing job, and I'm glad that he picked a destination that wasn't too far away. It was nice and close, and so it kind of took the stress away from a lot of travel. And neither of us had ever really spent time there, so it was nice. We got to explore some things. We rented some mopeds, or not mopeds, I don't know, like Vespas. And both of us are motorcycle riders, so it was kind of fun to be on a tiny little scooter and just scootering around an island and really just having nowhere to be, And I really sunk into this sweet little island lifestyle for the 4 days that we were there, and it was just so nice and slow and relaxing. I mean, the highest speed on that island was 40 kilometers an hour on any of the roads. That was the highest speed limit in the entire area. And so it forced us to be slow driving. It forced us to be slow walking places, waiting for tables. Like there wasn't a lot of restaurants. So, it was pretty packed when the ferries came in, and it just forces you to slow down. And that's not something that you get a lot of when you're in the city. Everyone is rushing around and everyone's got somewhere to be. And there's just, there's that attitude when you get into a high-paced environment. Everybody is high-paced. And then when you step out of it and you're on an island where everyone is just, let's just take our time. It forces you to kind of meet them on that wavelength, and it was really, really refreshing. It was a beautiful Airbnb. They had a sauna, they had a hot tub, and it was just really nice. Really, really nice. And like I said, I got engaged, so it was pretty cool. Yeah, when I got back, I was feeling refreshed and feeling calm and ready to head back into the office. Not an office, a gym. But I was ready to head back into the gym and get back to work with my clients. And at least I thought I was. And then when I got back to work, I was so overwhelmed by everything. It was like, bam, we're back to the high speed that I was so used to before. But now I was like, oh my God, wait a second, wait a minute. I feel like so much has just happened, and I feel like I hadn't fully processed our whole trip and the fact that we had gotten engaged, and that was like such a really cool event. And I was just like, oh my God, what is happening, right? I started to get really down on myself because I was like, what is wrong with me? Like, why am I getting so overwhelmed by the littlest things, right? I got back from the trip on the Thursday night, and Friday I had the day off because it's normally my day off. And, I went back to the gym and I trained myself, and I tried to get caught up on some laundry and just unpacking and settling back into home and doing a little deep clean reset. Like, let's get back into the grind. And then on the Saturday, I was back in the gym, and by Sunday, I still was doing laundry because I had laundry from before the trip and then from during the trip and then now after the trip. So I had a lot of laundry to get through, and I ended up not getting through all my laundry and just having a whole ass meltdown on the Sunday evening. Not like a toddler temper tantrum, but like a full-grown woman temper tantrum, and just kind of shut down. And I was like, what is happening? And bless my fiance, he's so sweet. He's like, it's okay, like it's just laundry, he sat with me for a little bit, and he's like, what's bothering you? And I was like, I don't know, like everything, like all of a sudden everything just feels crazy, right? Like, and I think it was the juxtaposition between being on an island and being newly engaged and just having like the week of my dreams, and then coming back home and everything just going back to normal and having to play catch up. And I just wasn't really ready for that sharp change. And I don't think anybody ever really is. I think, there's that adjustment period. But I realized like how fast my lifestyle is and how fast everything around me is going, and how now it's been like 2 weeks since we got back from that trip, and I don't even know what happened in the last 2 weeks. And I was talking to my boss. We have a check-in every month just to make sure like we're staying on top of our goals. I was telling him, I was like, I don't know, I just feel like the entire weight of the world is crushing me right now, and I'm so confused because I'm genuinely happy about all of the things that are in my life right now. It just feels like it's so much. And I was telling him because June is such a busy month for me. Like every weekend has some sort of event, and that's not usual for me. Those of you who know me in person know that I'm like a one event a month kind of girl. Like I am an introvert at heart. I have a really hard time constantly being at social functions. Like I need a lot of recharge time, and I'm a really just more comfortable in my own routine, and then maybe going out once or maybe twice a month, if anything, right? But every single weekend there's something coming up, and it's all beautiful things, all really exciting, fun things, opportunities. I'm so excited for them, but at the same time, like there's like a little version of me inside that is just screaming. She's screaming. And I was telling my boss, I was like, I don't know, it's just, the June is just a crazy month, it's a stupid month, it's crazy, it's gonna kill me, it's a bad month, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, stop. And I was like, okay. He's like, stop. It's only a bad month because you're saying that it is. You're only overwhelmed because you're saying that you are. Stop talking like this. Stop creating this reality. And I was like, you know what? Probably you're right. I was like, honestly, I am making this so much bigger than it needs to be. And I am rushing back and forth and shoveling food in my mouth. And I'm trying to fit all these things into my day. I don't need to. I don't need to get the laundry done today. Who cares? I'll get the laundry done tomorrow. It's so funny because I think that when we're younger, we look forward to our adulthood and be like, oh, when I'm an adult, I'll be free and I can do whatever I want when I want, and I can eat what I want when I want, and I can whatever. I can have all this freedom, right? And there is that sense, but there's still that like terrifying reality that's like, I need to take care of myself. I think that for me, like I have let myself fall behind on household tasks before. I have overbooked my schedule before. I have done all of these things that are kind of self-sabotage before, and I've had to pick up my own pieces because when you're adult, yes, you are free, but you are also entirely responsible for yourself and possibly other people, and it's scary. It's really scary. But at the same time, we can't rush through everything and make everything so much harder than it needs to be for ourselves, because at a certain point I'm going to look back on this year and I'm going to think, man, I really wish that I slowed down and I enjoyed it. I'm looking ahead at June. I mean, not that far ahead now, we're a week in, but I'm looking ahead at this month and I'm thinking, oh my God, it's going to be crazy. I'm not ready. It's too much. But next thing you know, it's going to be next year, and how am I going to, girl, slow down. It's okay. You're good. You have the freedom to push things, to delay things. You have the freedom to choose things and move things around to fit your schedule more. So what? You didn't get to the dishes today when you said you were going to. So what? You didn't make that post today. So what? Like, it's okay. It's okay. right? I'm going home to visit my family in 2 weeks, and that was stressing me out because I was going to go home in May, but then we ended up going on this little trip. And same thing, I was partially drawn to taking up personal training full-time because I thought that I would be able to set up really good work-life boundaries for myself. When I was in the film industry, it was hard, I constantly just wanted to take new work. And when I was looking at switching industries, I was like, yeah, I can somewhat create my own calendar, and I can take work when I want to, and I can book off days when I want to, and it's going to be so much easier for me to manage my time and fit in things for me, right? And in the beginning it was, but now I've gotten to this point where I just want to say yes to everybody and do all these things that now I'm sitting here stressing out over booking a trip home to see my family. And I'm like, Asa, stop. All of this to say, I noticed that I'm moving too fast. And I noticed that I'm taking too many things onto my plate, and I'm taking my plate way too seriously. So today I wanted to talk about the signs that you are moving too fast. And these are signs that I've noticed in myself and that you might notice in yourself too. Okay? Number 1, small things stress you out. This is exactly like my story that I just told you that I just rambled on about. The laundry is stressing me out. Making dinner is stressing me out. All of these small, little, normal, everyday things were stressing me out because I just wound myself so tight that literally anything could make me snap. Anything. And that's not a fun space to be in, right? If you're noticing yourself floating through life and you're like, oh, stress me out, right? I'm driving so fast and I'm so stressed about what the other drivers are doing. I'm constantly in a rush. I'm constantly wanting to be in the lane that's moving faster. Slow down. It's okay. Leave a little bit earlier if you need to, right? Put the laundry aside. Get back to it tomorrow. It's okay to push things to the side. As long as you get to them eventually, it's okay to drive in the slow lane and just take a beat. It's okay to not walk fast everywhere. It's okay to sit down and enjoy your lunch instead of shoveling it in your face like a crazy monkey, right? Like, you deserve to slow down every once in a while and notice when these little things are stressing you out. And when I say little things, I mean little things. I mean, road rage should not be that normal. And you're talking to the road rage queen right now. I get so frustrated in traffic. But when I start to snap over these little things, I'm like, okay, I need to decompress. It's okay. I can't control what other people are doing around me, but I can control these little things in my life, and I can take a moment to recognize that this is not really worth me being stressed out, and I need to figure out what the actual root of this all is. Number 2, you can't remember recent events. I run into this often when I ask a client that I haven't seen in a week, how was your week? And they go, oh, so good. I did this and I did this, and this was so great, and I had a great time here. And I'm like, oh, that's great. And they go, how was your week? What'd you get up to? And I go, what day is it? When people ask you how your weekend was, when people ask you how your morning was, and you're like, what did I do? Right? And everyone has different lengths of memory. Some people actually struggle with short-term memory, and I feel for them. But for the most part, I feel like it's a sign that we are not fully present in any of these moments, right? And I'm so thankful that my fiance took me to a place that was so slow and relaxing, and there was literally nothing on that island that could push me out of that state, because otherwise, knowing myself, I would be thinking, I don't even know what we did, because I was just moving so fast mentally through it all and focused on where we need to be next and what we need to do next, right? Just like I am in my everyday life. I'm trying to think about what I did today, what I ate for breakfast, and thankfully I can remember because I've been trying to be present in everything. But a week ago, 2 weeks ago, if you asked me what I had for dinner last night, I'd be like, give me a second, I need to think about it, because I've already moved on so long ago. And I think that that's sad. I think that time already moves by so fast, and we can't control that, but we can control whether or not we are here right now. Right now, I'm sitting in my car. I'm always sitting in my car. Well, I'm sitting in my car in my parkade. There's no cell service. I cannot be contacted by anybody, which is really nice because I need to focus on talking to you guys. But I'm looking around. There's nothing. There's nothing to catch my eye. It's kind of nice, right? But I know that when I step back upstairs to my apartment, I'm going to try to whiz through all my chores and do this. I try to multitask everything. I used to think I was a multitasking queen. Now I think I just like to be stressed out all the time. And I'm not going to really soak in how beautiful today was. I just went and had lunch with my partner, and it was a beautiful day outside. I really want to be present in these moments, because I think that we are constantly thinking about what next, and working up to these milestones. But really, like, the amazing memories and the peace is like in the day-to-day and the most mundane days. And we skip ahead because we think that what's next is more important. Try to be present. I promise you, there is more in your life now than you think that there is. And it's okay to sit here for a second and soak it all in. You're waking up tired. This is something that I've been struggling with the last couple of weeks. I've been waking up every morning and just feeling so exhausted, which is crazy because normally this time of year, I'm up and I'm out of bed because it's light out in the morning when I wake up. It's really hard to wake up at 5 a.m. in the winter, but at 5 a.m. in the summer and it's still nice out and the birds are chirping, I'm like, okay, I'm up. But for some reason, I just haven't made that shift yet. And I don't think that's because I haven't caught up to routine. I think that that's because my routine is not allowing me to get full rest. I've been looking at my watch tracking and my sleep scores, and I have not been sleeping enough. Not terribly, but not enough. So I definitely need to be sleeping more. But I think that the way that I treat myself in the evening and the way that I treat myself in the mornings is not setting me up for a full restful sleep. And so I am waking up and I'm still feeling tired and I'm pushing through my day and I'm stressed and I'm tired, and then I'm going to sleep and I'm stressed and I'm tired, and it's just not a good cycle, right? I think that our sleep and our quality of sleep tells us a lot about ourselves and what we need, and it's also the first step that we need to take to fix a lot of other things in our life, right? Your sleep is priceless. Your sleep is your time to recover, to recharge, to process everything that happened to you today, for your brain to heal. And I think that it's often the easiest thing for us to cut out on, right? Because we need to stay up a little bit longer to finish this, or, we've been busy all day and we want to stay up a little bit longer to reclaim some of our own time, or maybe we're busy and we are working at 100% until the second that we go to sleep, and then we have a hard time falling asleep or getting quality sleep. And I think that this is a huge sign that you're just pushing through and you need to take a step back. So in these next couple of weeks, I'm going to be really, really focused on creating a new night routine for myself. Not a new night routine, but just kind of going back to my old one and really, really prioritizing, following through on that night routine and setting myself up to have some really restful nights, because I deserve it and you deserve it. And I know that nothing is going to get better for me or feel better if I don't get restful sleep and I don't wake up in the mornings feeling ready to attack the day coming. Because at the end of the day, this is the life that I've been looking forward to, and I want to wake up in the morning and feel excited. I don't want to wake up in the morning and feel bummed that I have to get out of bed. That is not what I want to do. So we're going to change that. Number 4, and the last sign I want to point out today, is that you're losing joy in all of these little things. You're losing joy in the things that you actually normally find joyful. You're losing joy in the spontaneous. I know that this is a problem for me. I always thought that I was a spontaneous person, but I think that I've found myself in a position where I definitely operate better in a routine. Either that or I've just gotten used to operating in a routine. And so now when things happen that are spontaneous, maybe like today, my partner asked me, he's like, "What are you doing after work? Can you come get lunch with me?" And I had my whole day scheduled out. And part of me was like, "Oh, I don't want to, and then I won't be able to do this." Blah, blah. But then I was like, "Asa, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? This man who you love so much happens to have some spare time today, and he wants to take you out for lunch. And you want to go for lunch with him, but now you're just stressed that it's going to derail the rest of your plans that you had for the day. Who cares? Who cares?" And so I had myself a little pep talk and I said, yes, I would like to go for lunch. And I just decided that whatever happens with the rest of my day happens. It is what it is. I will get to the things that I will get to. I'll still sit down and talk to my Building You community. I'll still get my posts out. I'll still go through my email. I'll still get through all of this stuff. But I can go out for lunch and I can enjoy it, right? Maybe you really enjoy running and maybe now it feels like a chore. Maybe you really enjoyed painting and now it feels like a chore, right? All of these things that you enjoyed, the day-to-day stuff, maybe just your commute to work, maybe that coffee that you sip in the morning. Now it's not bringing as much joy. Why? And I think it all goes back to that same thing, just being present and fully accepting that this is your life. This is your life. And you may be working at things to change, right? You may have milestones that you want to hit, goals that you want to crush. But you can still sit down and enjoy your life and enjoy this phase that you're in with the people that are in it, with the routine that you have, with the opportunities that are presenting yourself. If your friends say, come over right now, we're going to have a drink and talk. Go. Nothing's stopping you, right? Don't lose joy. When you're finding yourself losing joy in these things that normally bring you joy, it is 100% a sign that you need to step back and breathe and just really soak in your life again and notice all of the good things. I think when we are moving so quickly, moving so fast, whizzing through all of our to-do lists and checklists and constantly needing to be somewhere and just going, I think we lose the magic we lose the magic. And I think that any one of us can look at our life right now and think, wow, like 5 years ago, this is where I wanted to be, roughly, right? 5 years ago, I was 17 and I wanted to be a musician, but for the most part, I just wanted to be a whole version of me, living in the city by myself, doing my thing with good people around me and just enjoying my life. And I could get caught up in all the things that I haven't accomplished yet and all of the ways that I had to pivot and all of these things that have gone wrong. But this is the version of me, and maybe even the better version of me, that I had wanted to be when I was 17, or when I was 15, or when I was 20, or you, if you're older, maybe when you were 30, you were looking ahead, who knows, right? But like, this is the version of you that you have worked so hard to become. And no, you're not done yet. I'm not done yet. Nobody's done yet. You're not done yet until you're done, right? Like, there's always growth to do. But you deserve to soak in all of the amazing things in your life now, and all of the things that you have accomplished, and all of the goals that you want to complete going forward. Slow down. We're going to be okay. At the end of the day, time is going to pass at the same pace, whether you are rushing or whether you're taking it slow. And you're going to get there either way, right? And there are some things that you need to put the pedal on the floor for, right? Some decisions need to be made quick. Sometimes you are running late to work, right? But stop pushing yourself to speed race through it all. Because you only get one life, and you're only going to live this day one time. And I think that that is something we forget. I could sit here and talk to you guys forever, but I think I've got most of my points across. I love you so much, and I am very excited to head into another week and really try to put these things in place and recognize when I'm speeding up a little bit too fast and just give myself a break. Give myself a break and focus on what really matters so I can make intentional progress. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating if you're on Spotify, like the show, leave a comment. On YouTube, you can subscribe, you can hit the bell button so you never miss an episode. We release every 2 weeks, except for these last couple weeks because I was out getting engaged. But yeah, leave a rating, comment, like, engage with the show. It all helps. If you listen to this and you think that a friend of yours would benefit from it, send it to them. It always helps. And I want more people in this community. Bring them over. We have good conversations over here, and I don't plan on stopping. I am so thankful that you sat here and talked to me today. I hope that if you're driving, you get to where you're going safely. I hope that if you took this time on your only break today, I'm hoping that the rest of your day goes well. I appreciate you more than you know. And I will see you in a couple weeks back here on the Building You podcast. Bye.